What's up, y'all? I said, what's up, y'all? Look at me when I'm talking to you, bro. Nah, I'm just messing with y'all, man. This is your boy Knockout Boxing 86 TV, and we in here. So check this out, bro. Before I get going on today's video, y'all be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and share the video, bro. If you come through and watch my video, be sure to hit that like button. Put your seatbelt on when you hop in my car. And if you want to have me hop on a panel or if you want to collaborate with me, knockoutboxing86@yahoo.com is the email. And don't forget to comment and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can be notified when we drop this daily content. But without further ado, let's get it popping, bro. Let's go ahead and get into today's video. And today, we got to talk about Gary Russell Jr. and Gervonta Tank Davis, bro. Or Gervonta Tank Davis and Gary Russell Jr., however you want to say it. We got to talk about them, bro. We have to. We have to, because Gary Russell just did an interview. You know, he had some stuff to say, and I want to react to it, and I want to give y'all my thoughts on this whole situation, because I don't think I've done that on this channel yet, bro. But before I do, live show, bro, next Wednesday, July the 21st, bro, 7:30 p.m. Central, 5:30 on the West Coast, 8:30 on the East Coast. You got Knock the F Out episode 3, bro. It's going down. I'll give y'all some details on what the show is going to be about, but I definitely will be going live. Y'all stay tuned into the community page so you can know what we're going to be talking about, man. And, you know, hopefully we're able to have a special guest or two. You know what I mean? I'm waiting on an email response, so I'll keep y'all posted, though. But the live show is definitely going down Wednesday, July the 21st. Now, let's talk about this video, though. Gary Russell and Gervonta Tank Davis. So Gary Russell was asked about a potential fight between him and Gervonta Davis. Let me read his comments that he said. I got them pulled up right here on the computer. And then once I do that, we'll break down my thoughts and let y'all know what I think of the matchup, bro. So, he said, Gary Russell asking about Gervonta Tank Davis, he said, it's not like the fight won't sell. He was doing the PBC podcast. Like, it's not like the fight won't sell. You can still fight anywhere. It'll sell more than him and Barrios. I guarantee you our numbers will do more than what he just did. Whatever his pay-per-view numbers were with Barrios, our numbers will be much bigger than that. It makes sense business-wise if you're looking at the financial gain, but it doesn't make sense if you're trying to protect your investment for the long run for Floyd and Gervonta, because I'm a burn Tank ass up. Probably for Davis to see me fight, and then they asked him, like, what do you think it'll take to make the fight with Gervonta Davis? And he says, probably for Davis to see me fight and show signs of slowing down or signs of rust or something along those lines. Maybe Floyd and them just got to throw some nuts, grow some nuts, and say, fuck it, let's make the fight happen. I thought he was losing. He talking about the Barrios fight right now. I thought he was losing. He had determination. He had to be determined to go out there and still get a win, but he was losing. He was down on the scorecards. He needed to hit that guy and hurt him. This is not the first time we saw Gervonta down on the scorecards. The problem is a lot of these guys aren't defensively sound. They're not actual technicians. If they were a little bit more defensively sound, and on top of that, Gervonta would have lost that fight. And then the last little bit of his comments, I would love to jump to 130, 135. The only problem is if these guys aren't willing to fight me without a title. If I jump up to 130 or 135, there's no reason forcing these guys to fight me. The fans aren't pushing for the best to fight the best. They're still supporting fights that shouldn't really be supported. Now, I'll give y'all my thoughts, bro. Some of it I agree with, some of it I disagree with. Let's get to the disagreements first. The moving up to 130, 135 thing, bro. Gary Russell got to start eliminating opponents for these dudes and giving them nowhere to go. You know what I mean? By staying at 126, bro, fighting it, you know, showing the inactivity, because he's supposed to be fighting Ray Vargas and we still ain't got a date yet. Now, do I believe that's his fault? You know, he can fight when PBC tell him to fight. You know, and if you know the backstory into this shit, like, it's a lot of people believe that he getting blackballed by Al Heyman. I can't agree or disagree with it because I don't have enough information. I will just say I'd love to see Gary Russell fight more. That's as far as I'll take it. Now, moving up to 130, moving up to 135, bro. Those guys at featherweight, you know what I mean? Like, unless he's fighting Leo Santa Cruz, you know what I'm saying? Unless he's unifying with somebody like that, I believe Navarrete has a belt down there. If memory serves, or is he at 130? I think Navarrete down there. I believe he just moved. Man, I don't know, bro. If he ain't fighting one of the champions at 126, bro, Gary Russell got to move up, bro. He got to move up to the smoke and eliminate opponents, bro. He got to try to challenge guys that, you know, these guys are looking for as opponents, so that he can continue to like call them out and eliminate shit from them. So even if he move up and he ain't a champion, you can force guys to fight you at 135 if you move up and you beat everybody else that they want to fight. You know what I mean? You can force guys to fight you at 130 if you move up and you beat other top contenders and put on great performances, and you fight the guys that they want to fight. So that part of it, I disagree with, bro. Campaign at this day and age, with all the weight classes that they have, bro, and how close they are apart. You know, 118 to 122, 122 to 126, 126 to 130. You know, especially those smaller weight classes where it's 4 or 5 pounds in between each weight class, bro. You can't stay at one weight class and get the stardom, get big fights, and get the notoriety that I feel like he deserved, bro. You just can't. It's hard to do that shit from one weight class. So whether they guarantee him to fight or not, whether he can move up directly and take on a champion, bro, he got to move up, in my opinion. Obviously, I ain't Gary Russell Jr. I ain't his manager. I ain't on his team and no shit like that. But he got to move up, bro, if he really want smoke like that. If he really want to, you know, put these guys in a position to where they gonna have to fight him. Because calling them out for from a lower weight class, that just gives them an excuse, bro. Like, the minute that you call these guys out, they can say, oh, you can't take him serious, bro. He down at 126. Nah, but what if you move up to 135 and you like, yeah, I want Devin, bro. Or yeah, I want Tank. Or yeah, I want Loma to run it back with me. I beat the shit out of Teofimo Lopez. And while doing that, you done moved up to 135 and you done beat the shit out of some dude. The shit get taken more serious is what I'm trying to say. So that part of it, I disagree with. Another part I disagree with, where was it, bro? The part about Tank losing the fight, bro. The part that he said where Tank was losing the fight. Look, bro. People like scorecards and shit, that's cool. And if you go back and actually look at the judges' scorecards, they had Tank up. He was down on the unofficial scorecard, but where I gotta disagree with Gary Russell Jr. and where it's just a fact, bro. Where it's just a fact is, you go look, they show you the scores of the judges at the time of the stoppage. Tank was winning the fight, bro. He was winning the fight. So to some, it may look like he was losing. To the unofficial score, it looked like he was losing. But the judges had him up. So if the fight would have got stopped by a cut, or if for some reason it was an 11-round fight and, you know, they had to go to the scorecards, bro, he would have won the fight anyway. So he wasn't losing on the scorecards. He wasn't, bro. You know what I mean? He was winning, bro. For the part about him and kind of why Tank can be, you know, and he made a good point that I agree with. Tank, you know, I don't want to say he falls behind a lot on the scorecards, but his fights seem a lot closer because Tank don't throw a lot of punches, bro. He's like more of a sharpshooter. He's accurate with his shit. He wants his punches to count. And while you may throw 75 punches, he'll probably throw 25. You'll connect on a few. He'll connect on a little bit less than you, but his punches hurt more. You know what I'm saying? The key with Tank is, can you stop me from getting your ass up out of here within 12 rounds? And a lot of guys can't. So his shit don't go to decision, is what I'm trying to say. But I see what Gary Russell is saying, because if you defensively sound, bro, if you know how to, like, if Barrios had better defense, if he was quicker, if he could have held on with his stamina to what he was doing at the beginning of the fight, shit, it would have been a lot closer. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he wouldn't have got knocked out and it would have went to the scorecards. But as I said, where I disagree, the scorecards had Tank up anyway, bro. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. But the overall point that he's making, where Tank is a slow starter, he don't throw a lot of punches. If you can stay away from him, you could potentially outpoint him. The key is with his explosiveness and athleticism, his power, his speed, how he can adjust in the ring. Can your ass stay away from him long enough? And when he start dropping those bombs and winning rounds decisively, you know, how much is that going to sway the judges? You know what I'm saying? So, interesting stuff from Gary Russell. Again, a lot that I agree with, a lot that I disagree with. Now, let's go to the part that I really, really agree with and where I'm like 110% on board, bro. Tank versus Gary Russell would sell more than Mario Barrios. because number one, their proximity to each other. You got one from DC. You got one from Baltimore, bro. That's the DMV. That shit, bro, listen. I don't know if they could have a fight in that area because of how lit it be. It'd be a little bit too lit. But wherever they had that fight in America, bro, they're showing up and showing out. And that would be like, you know, a hip-hop culture type of fight where, like, the fan bases of both fighters would show up regardless of where it's at, bro. Because they got a lot of the same fans. And you got people that believe Gary Russell can beat Tank and vice versa. So I'm 100% on board with that. Whatever Tank and Barrios end up doing, bro, him and Gary Russell would sell more pay-per-views, bro. And that's my thing with how they moving Gervonta Tank Davis. And I've alluded to it. I've said it in videos. And I say it to you right now. If the goal is, if the Mayweather promotion and Leonard Ellaby and PBC and Showtime, if the overall goal is to make Tank the biggest star possible, then you got to have a dance partner that's going to bring some shit to the table too. Like maybe Tank brings more fans. You put Tank in there with Mario Barrios. Yeah, it's going to sell all right. Barrios got a fan base. But you throw him in there with Gary Russell. Or you throw Tank in there with Josh Taylor. You know what I'm saying? You throw him in there with Lomachenko. You throw him in there with Teofimo. You throw him in there with Devin Haney. And you see the numbers that those fights do. You see the type of pay-per-view numbers that they generate, bro. You going all the way, and I don't understand why, and this is why, like, Tyson versus Lennox Lewis, Ali and Foreman, like, this is why these fights were watched by millions and millions and millions and millions of people, bro. It's why Floyd Mayweather and Pacquiao did so well, bro. When you have a dance partner that's maybe not as popular as you, maybe not as big of a star as you, but you fight somebody that the fans want to see you fight, that's what gives you them pay-per-view buys where people just like, damn, he a pay-per-view star for real. So I 110, 1,000, 1 million, 1 trillion% agree with Gary Russell of that sentiment that him and Tank would sell more, and they would sell no matter where they fight at, bro. The gate would be lit. Can you imagine? Can you imagine Gervonta Davis and Gary Russell in Atlanta, or Gervonta Davis and Gary Russell in Dallas, Texas, Houston, Texas, or if they fight somewhere in the DMV in Baltimore, Maryland, and or somewhere in like, bro, he's 100% right on that. He's 100% right with that opinion. Overall, though, Gary Russell, and I know people have said this, but I don't talk about him a lot, and I should start talking about him more. He gotta fight more, bro. He gotta fight more, even if it's just like, yo, I'm staying busy because your favorite fighter don't want to fight me. He gotta get in the ring more, bro. Like, he gotta get in the ring more, and if it's because of some political shit, like, what's the point of keeping quiet at this point, bro? I mean, shit, you already ain't getting the fights you want. You already ain't fighting as much as you want to. Why suffer in silence, bro? Why suffer in silence? Like, he calling dudes out and he want to fight, dude, but it's time to move up. It's time to make even more noise, bro. It's time for that shit, because what's happening ain't working. We still don't have a date for Ray Vargas, bro. We still don't have one. But overall, his comments on Tank Davis, a lot of that shit was on point with what he said. Does he really want to fight Tank Davis? Could they really make that fight happen? Will Mayweather and them be amicable to it? Are they really trying to protect their investment? I don't know all of that. I can just tell you, I feel like Tank don't need protection from anybody from 130 to 140. He don't need protection. Would I pick him to beat everybody? I don't know. Let's see the fights, bro. Get the fights made. But what I will feel comfortable saying, is anybody decisively favored over him? Is there anyone that he can't beat, that he's incapable of beating? No, bro. Tank Davis is absolutely a problem for anybody from 130 to 140 pounds. Those are just the facts of the matter, bro. But overall, I hope that people understand, man. I hope Tank Davis understands. His, people that are diehards of his, What I hope people understand is, yes, bro, he is a star. Let's not get that shit twisted. But to be an even bigger star, to graduate from, 200,000 plus pay-per-view buys and getting that realm where you selling 400,000 consistently or 500,000 consistently or hopefully breaking 1 million one day. Like, to get to that level, bro, you got to fight other dudes that's on your level. You got to fight the Devin Haney's. You got to fight the Vasily Lomachenkos. If Gary Russell moves up, you got to fight guys like him. You got to fight Josh Taylors. You got to fight Regis Prograis. And you got to win those types of fights, bro. What the fans want matter. Because, yes, there's a segment of people that'll buy Tank Davis fights regardless of who he's fighting. But there's also another market to tap into to where people be like, oh, shit, he taking on who? Man, I'm watching this shit. I'm watching this shit. We throwing a party for this shit. Or I'm flying down for this one. You know what I mean? They give you that type of vibe, bro. And, whatever y'all want to say about Gary Russell not fighting enough, him and Tank Davis meet at 130 or 135 or whatever it is. They meet up, bro. They lock up. They lock horns, bro. You watching. You watching. And that shit gonna do buku numbers. Way bigger numbers than him and Barrios. Those are just my thoughts on this comment. I thought what he had to say was interesting. Wanted to react to it for y'all. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts on the whole situation down in my comment section. Comment down below. Hit the like. Subscribe to the channel. Share the video. Put your seatbelt on when you hop in my car. And as y'all know, if you want me on a panel or you want to collaborate, knockoutboxing86@yahoo.com is the email. And do not forget about the live show this Wednesday, July 21st, 7:30 p.m. Central Time, 5:30 on the West Coast, 8:30 on the East Coast. Y'all be sure to tune in. It's going to go down, man. I appreciate everybody watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. And with that, we out here. Peace, y'all.